Hello and welcome to Sterling Armory's Sword Talk. This is episode 35, I think. So this is our episode where we just got back from Combatcon, and we're going to be recapping Combatcon and all its gloriousness. And so let's get right into it.
Well,
hey guys, how's it going?
Hey.
I guess I'll start. So real quick, my name is Chris. All of us here work and make swords and armor, and mostly swords. For Sterling Armory, Warbear Armory, and Copperthorn. But we're all kind of under the Sterling Armory branch. We're guys who like to drink a lot of mead and talk swords. So this is our podcast for Sword Talk. This is the 35th episode. So if you are interested in all things swords, please go back and check out some of the other episodes and let us know what you think. So we just got back from Combatcon. It was very fun, like as always. We got a chance to hang out with a lot of our favorite other vendors and friends, and got to compete in some cutting. What else did we do? It was really hot. So outside.
Hot. You know nothing of heat, guys.
Josh.
We got to eat 43 times at the Yard House.
Yeah.
That was good.
That was good. That's a good place.
Josh, you want to do your intro?
I'm Josh Warbear. You can find me on Instagram at Warbear_Armory or on Facebook at Joshua Von Warbear. I'm a leather worker, a concept artist, and a sword maker, hilt maker, scabbard maker, whatever. All that stuff.
All the things.
Semi-stuntman, semi-professional race car driver, amateur tattoo artist.
Professional back popper.
Yeah, I do back poppins. Much to Colton's benefit there at Combatcon.
Yup.
In mine too.
Yep.
Y'all's backs was crooked as a politician, and I fixed y'all.
Yep.
I'm Colton, Copperthorn Customs, sword maker, welder, all that kind of stuff. Machinist, sure.
Yeah.
You throw that in there. So, you can find me at Copperthorn Customs on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all the things. And then also here at Sterling Armory on all the things here, too.
Yep, we usually have, if you're new to the channel, we do for these podcasts, there is a topic of the week. And this one, as we mentioned, is our Combatcon. But before we dive into our topic, we also share what we're drinking, because we usually do all these with a drink. So for me, I'm using my new Combat. Actually, I think it's 2 years old because the other one got lost. I think I left it at the show. But I'm actually drinking a St. Augustine gin and tonic, which is quite good.
Ooh,
that sounds delicious.
It is.
Mr. City Balls.
What you got, Josh?
I don't go out and buy alcohol a lot. Luckily, some dirty hobo crashed in my house and left some mead.
So I was about to say, you better drink that mead.
I'm drinking local Superstition Meadery mead. I believe this is the Superstition brand.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Which one is that?
Got
peanut butter?
Bite. It's Superstition, not the PB&J.
Don't they make the PB&J?
About PB&J.
Yeah, they made the PB&J one. I just haven't drinking that one yet. I've opened the other one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
it was all good. We had three.
It's not my favorite. Marion is my favorite.
Okay, we bought.
Or as they say in France, Marion. It was like very blueberry, fruity deliciousness.
In Germany, it's Marion.
Oh, we should rename this Culture Talk.
Yeah, no. What is that?
I've got I know it's delicious, eh?
Is that an adult milkshake?
Yeah, basically.
Ooh.
Oh, it's an iced coffee with sweet cream cold foam and caramel on top. And then it's got Irish cream and s'mores liquor.
Yeah, see, I'm not Mr. City Balls. That's actually
that's Mr. City Balls. Sweet Lord, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I woke up and
I feel like I made a mistake now.
Yeah, same.
No, this is still morning for me. So.
Oh, that's true.
Next one, I'm just gonna have a bottle of rum chata with a crazy straw stuck in it.
Could
Man, if
do,
I had
man.
that PB&J mead, I would.
Wait, and it goes like with the little crazy straw glasses. There you go.
Oh yeah, so it goes over your eyeballs and shit. Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Hey, Chris. I see a
Yes.
medal in the background there.
Yes.
Ooh,
So,
look at that, man.
you should see 2 medals.
Oh, I see 2 medals in the background there.
So I did advanced cutting. We could dive into that if you want, but
Let's dive into it.
I competed again. So last year I took gold in open cutting with that longsword, and that's the gold with that. And then this year I used both of those to my new arming sword and the longsword together, and had some fun competing. So longsword competition. So all the cutting competitions at Combatcon are run by Phil Martin. I don't know if that was true last year. I don't know if he ran all of them. So Phil, correct me if I'm wrong there. But he does a fantastic job. Every time he does a cutting competition, they're always fun. A lot of great competitors this year too, and a lot of surprises this year too. So from a couple people, which was awesome. So everyone did a great job, I thought. And we got some video too. So let me see if I can remember how to share this.
Yeah, no, it was really good. Like,
oh, there we go. So if I go full screen, will it start playing automatically? I don't know the answer to that.
I don't know. We could find out.
Nope. Okay, good. So this video here, so this is the advanced cutting, and this is the first round. So this was on Thursday, and I passed the first 2 feats. The first 2 feats I did okay on. I don't think I was the best at all on those 2. I think I finished at the end of this round here. I think I finished 3rd, if I remember right. 3rd or 4th. And then the top 4 went to the finals. But this was a very difficult feat, so that's why I wanted to show this. So this feat, I chose to use the arming sword, although I've never done this cut with my new arming sword. In fact, this is the first time ever I was cutting with my new arming sword. And it cut a lot better than I expected.
Awesome.
So this is a lot of people are used to the double cut, right? Where you cut one way and then come back and cut the other mat before it falls. So this is the same thing, but you have to cut both cuts from the same side. So it's an extra step more difficult. They didn't tell you which way the second cut had to go. So you could have done 2 up or, up and then down. They didn't really tell you. But yeah, it was a very fun cut. I did not expect to get it, but I was the first one up to do it as well. So let's watch me do it, I guess. Can you guys see that?
Yeah.
I don't think audio comes through with this, by the way.
That's okay. You can narrate for us.
So explain. I think explain.
Yep.
There he is.
Where our booth was right next to the cutting feet. So get my little hops before I get in. Hop, hop, hop. So cut 1, cut 2, and I got it. So what I liked about that a lot too, what made me very happy, and a lot of folks who don't cut may not realize this, but there's a number of ways you get points and deductions. The best thing that can happen is when you make a cut that the mats fall right to your feet. So if you make a cut and the mats go flying, and go far, that's a big deduction. Right. And usually on every double cut, your second cut is going to send the mat flying, right? Because it's not attached to anything. Sure. So this one with the arming sword, again, this is my first cut with this arming sword. Both those mats fell right to my feet. I looked at my blade. I was like, holy crap, that was pretty sweet. So I was pretty excited about that. But I did not have the best one, though. So let's look at the other guys. So I think only me and RJ got it. This is Jack. I don't think he got it, but Jack is an amazing cutter. And I was kind of, he tried it a little more difficult because he did a false edge cut on that first one. And that is a lot harder way to do it. But I think he was just trying to challenge himself. Because Jack could get that cut easily. Jonathan almost got it. And then Matthew almost got it. So Matthew took gold. He had some amazing cuts later. Oh, he could have had it. See, it delayed, or else he would have got it. But RJ comes up and just he doesn't even care. He just does it. No problem. Look at that. Whoa. And he's doing it with a longsword, which is a bit harder. So I thought that was pretty sweet.
Jeez.
Yeah, and then Robert, and he missed it. But so yeah, longsword is a bit harder for that cut, I think. than an arming sword is. So that was the qualifiers. So I did squeak into the qualifiers. And then here's the final round. So the final round, I just wanted to show the first few double cuts real quick. Because could you guys hear that audio, by the way?
No.
No.
Okay. I can hear it on my end, so I was curious. So the first thing was double cut on 2 mats, which I was like, okay, it's tricky. I don't think I've done that with my current longsword. I have done it in the past with a katana, but I don't think I've done it with my longsword before, so I was a little nervous about it. But RJ goes first. He blew everybody away in the first round. I think his points were almost double everybody else's in the first round. So he comes up, and he's the first one to go here, and he again, like he doesn't even care. Beautiful. Oh. You guys see that? Let me full screen that in a second. Well, no. It's great TV right here when I'm still working that. Okay. All right.
Jesus.
Like he didn't even care about it. Whoop, whoop. Like, and all the rest of us are like, what the? We should all just go home, all right?
That was the first cut of the advance, yeah.
Yeah. Well, first cut of the finals, yeah.
I don't think anyone was expecting something like that. You could see even in the crowd, like Tim Seaton goes, "Whoa!"
Yeah, no.
All of us are just like,
what's funny is he did it so quick too. They almost didn't get his name away from the credits in the front because he just did it really quick. Like there's no setup time. He just dives into it, which is amazing. I think I don't know if Jonathan.
I don't think he got
I don't remember. Oh, that's
No.
right. So he was having. Keep in mind he's cutting here with a massive injury on his right arm right now.
Yeah.
So I just barely get it, but it was not as clean as RJ's. Also, I'm the only one who does it on that side. Everybody else does it the other side. So I got it, but just barely.
Just barely.
Yeah. And then Matthew pulls out one that's amazing. Matthew
This
does
guy's
really
a
good.
beast. Yeah.
That was pretty awesome. These are fun. I won't go through everyone's on this because these take a while. But this is where RJ kind of took himself out of the competition. But his first one was beautiful.
Yeah. That was
But
amazing.
the next two kind of get stuck. But let's jump. I think this is the only round that I actually won in terms of all of us. It was between me and Matt. And I think I won this round.
It's because you sawed off the tatami mat.
Yeah, no. Here comes mine. And I've never done this feat before in a competition. I have done it, but not to this degree. This is my least favorite event, too. The first one ended up going pretty good. So what's tricky is, so RJ made a good point. Like, he was trying his best he could not to hit that other pole. But hitting the other pole didn't give you much of a deduction. So he's like, man, I should have just powered through all of them.
I was going to ask that. Like, it's better to just make it through the mat and nick the pole than, right? Like,
Yeah.
it seemed like that would have been the better option, but
I got lucky where I got a lot of good cuts, and I think only one of mine hit the other pole, I think. And I don't know if that counts. I forgot to ask. But yeah, just kick it up. I don't know if that counted or not, so that one may not have counted. Which means I don't think the next one counts either. Yeah, that definitely didn't count. That's my Saul.
you definitely made it through.
That was fun. And I think I get the next one. I think I know I at least get one more. Yeah. So that went pretty well. And then Matthew did roughly the same as me, but I think I ended up winning that round. And then I'm trying to remember what the final was. I actually forgot already. Oh yeah. So cut the thrust. We knew this was coming because Phil posted about it, and none of us got it. We all tried. We all got very close. Matthew got the closest. RJ is trying it in a different way, which I think is. I thought about it more afterwards. He could have got it. Right? He could have got it right there. He just thrust his little off. I think we were all in the same boat where we all could have got it. But
A little to the left.
Yeah, you were all within like half an inch. Like
Right.
maybe, I don't know. It was all very close.
Yeah. So
I felt Jonathan's last attempt in my heart when he did it.
I know, because he was super close, right?
Yeah, super close.
Coming up right here, yeah.
See Chris in the background there?
Yeah. He's like, no.
Ah!
Yeah. Oh, I also use Black Flag is our local HEMA, one of our local HEMA class. So when they needed a HEMA club name, I just threw that one down. So shout out to the awesome guys at Black Flag here. So I even
That
dumped
one
it.
was.
Should have counted from the ground, I think.
Oh yeah, you can tell us in the peanut gallery to the right. All thought you had gotten it because our view was behind you.
Yeah.
So it looked like you had nailed it. We were just yeah. Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah.
It looked good. It was close. So you were saying, I believe that like, after all of this had wrapped up and everything, then Phil just went up and like first shot at it, right?
No, so Phil took actually let me get to that one set. Speaking of Phil,
Hey.
so yeah, that was the silver medal, which is hanging behind me there, and those are the two blades that got me the silver. So I was quite excited. My first time in advanced at Combatcon. Got silver, which was pretty cool. How do I remove? So Phil walked up. So Saturday night, Phil said, "Hey, I need to meet with you. Can you meet me at I forgot what it was, like 10:30, I think, or something. It was pretty late."
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. And I showed up, and they're doing cutting. I was like, well, that's cool. So I grabbed a bunch of my blades from the booth, and this is the falchion that he grabbed. And first time he tried it, he just barely missed. And second time he tried that feat, he did with this blade. And it was pretty sweet. So this blade still available. Yeah, so that was the cutting. It was a lot of fun. And yeah, I'm hoping Josh will be cutting an open cutting pretty soon. Hopefully maybe Colton too.
I don't know if you guys are ready for me.
I'm not. If I'm competing against you.
I'm going to be doing a bunch of jumping florets and flourishes and spins, backflips, you know.
But yeah, it was super fun, and if you get a chance to watch any of the cutting competitions, that have any of those guys like Jonathan or RJ, Matthew, in the open cutting, two guys, which I think should be the guys who got first and second. I don't know why I'm blanking on names right now.
Kevin.
Kevin Spencer, who has one of our blades, although he was cutting with his Atron. He got gold, and I was pretty sure he had medal before in open cutting, so I was like, you should be in advanced. So he said he wanted to get gold in open before he moved to advanced, and he got it. So I'm hoping to see him in advanced. And then second was, why am I blanking on that? He was one of our judges. He helped us out on a lot of stuff.
John Merrill?
Yeah, it was John, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I don't know why I'm blanking right now. Sorry, John. So, yeah, did really well. I actually thought he took gold when I was watching the finals, but I think theirs were cumulative from the prior, I think. So he ended up getting second. But yeah, everyone did really well. So great cutting competitions, and look forward to, I guess, the next one's SoCal. So
I was really sad Jeremy Holiday couldn't make it. He was he's watch cutting.
And Chad as well, right?
And Chad, that's right. Yes, and Chad as well.
Yeah. So
double sadness.
So yeah. So speaking of that, so the overall SoCal event seemed a bit smaller than the year before.
Combatcon event.
Sorry, what did I say? SoCal? Yeah, Combatcon seemed a bit smaller than the year before. And I think that's true. I think a lot of people couldn't make it this year. So overall, the attendance was down, I think. But
yeah,
still a lot of fun. We got a chance to meet with Sonny and Zach Suttles. They were Valiant Armories, and they were right next to us, and known them for a long time online. Talked to them a lot online and on the phone.
Yeah.
And finally get a chance to see them in person. And I hope they can come on our podcast here at some point.
Definitely.
And let us know in the comments, guys, if you want them to come on. I'm sure you do. So, very fun guys to talk to and hang out with.
Yeah, they were a lot of fun. Those guys were.
Yeah, they were a treat.
They were a blast. And they'd be great on here.
Yeah, they would.
I think Sonny said he'd do it if we didn't talk about swords.
You're right. Yeah, he did. Well,
I bet he'd love to get on here and talk about 80s movies or something.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Do one of those.
Yeah, we can do, well, I guess still swords, but we'll just talk about a cautionary tale of swords the whole time.
He would love it. Perfect.
Speaking of which, if you're watching and you have not seen a cautionary tale of swords, you should go watch that right now.
Absolutely.
So what were you guys' favorite parts?
Oh, man. Yard House.
Yeah, Yard House, was that there last year?
I think it was there. I just don't think we went a whole time because we usually go to that. I'm blanking on the name. The place with all the nachos that we always get in the margaritas.
Yeah, in the lobby, right?
Yes, correct. Yeah, we tend to stay there. But yeah, Yard House couldn't get enough of, man. Oh my God.
Really good. Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yard House, if you're listening to our sword talk, or if this has made it to us, made it to you, please give us some coupons for next year, some vouchers.
Be our sponsor.
Be our sponsor. I'll wear a T-shirt, monogrammed underwear, whatever.
Yeah.
Remember, what's his name? Tony. Oh, Tony. What a fine lad Tony was, taking care of all of us. What a great friend he became.
Thanks to so Mike put together most of those trips from Albion. Mike got all of us together, and always blast hanging out with Mike and Bonnie. And
another stout-hearted gentleman. Yeah.
And
Brian,
also
Brian Coons, my shirt's sake.
Yep. We surprised him with that one. Do you have I guess you don't have the picture of one with you with Bonnie.
Oh, I sure don't. No.
So it's on our Sterling Armory page, right?
I feel like I should have brought that shirt and then told the backstory of it, because I know a lot of people. I know a lot of people. Some people at Combatcon might have come by the booth and said, "What the hell is Warbear wearing?" I don't remember that being an official Combatcon 2022 T-shirt.
Right. Yeah.
But
So if you jump on I think if it's not posted there, you should post it on our Sterling page. But you want to give a brief description of it real quick because it was really funny.
Yeah. I don't think it'll come across, but 2022, no, I'm not even going to tell it.
No.
It's not even worth it. Without the T-shirt, it's it's basically Mike and Bonnie being a good sport and me being a jackass. She has an electric razor scooter, and I jumped in front of it and pretended to be hit like an insurance scam artist. And she felt genuinely bad that she ran over me until she found out I was a lying sack of shit. And then the next year, I popped up with a T-shirt that said "I survived Combatcon 2022," and on it was a picture of like one of those like stop sign people being ran over by an electric scooter. And then I gifted Mike one of those T-shirts as well. And then, of course, I made the I Heart Kuntz, however you want to pronounce it.
So every year we have every year we have a little fun playing between the vendors, pranking each other. So, last year was we put magnetic business cards on Albion blades. So that was Sterling Armory blades. And then Brian came over and started hiding DBK
business cards in my phone pouches. I sold a phone pouch like the day after that had his business card in it, and I was like, "Give me that." Okay, you can have it. That's good stuff.
Right. So it's funny if somebody calls. I wonder if anyone's called Brian asking for more pouches.
That would be great.
It might happen.
Yeah.
And he has to be honor bound to accept the commission because his card was in it.
Right. That was a lot of fun. Colton, what was your funnest or most enjoyable time?
Oh man, it's hard to. I mean, like honestly, Yard House.
This was your first Combatcon.
It was my first Combatcon.
I thought it was his second minimum. I was like, Colton's always been here with us.
Nope.
Right.
So
what'd you think overall?
It was awesome.
Yeah, I kind of wish it was a little
really
busier, because you came in at one that was a little slower, but we still had a great time. So.
Yeah, no, it was a lot of fun going down, just hanging out. Met some people I hadn't met before. Got to chat up some other people. It was good.
Awesome.
Yeah, watching cutting is probably up there in the highlights, and I would be very interested in getting in on some of that too eventually. We'll see.
Definitely.
Yeah, we did okay. We only sold about, what did we guess, or what did we figure out? It was 30% of last year.
Yeah,
probably close to
So
it.
it was pretty low, but I mean, we still all covered our expenses and everything, which was great. Well, I think we did. Josh, did you cover your expenses? Because you ended up buying a lot.
Not if he counts Yard House.
Yeah.
yeah, Yard House and buying everyone drinks, and, which I don't regret doing at all.
No,
and then Valiant Armory was right there, and they were running a booth discount that was equal to anything you would have found on SPG forums. So I was like, I got to jump and get this sword. And then he offered me another discount for another sword, and I was like, well, shit. So
those are really nice pieces too. I love both of them.
Oh man, let me tell you, I just wish someone kept trying to steal this from me. Like it was just in his suitcase. It was that dirty like it almost didn't make it back to my shelf.
Right.
There was. I think it came back, and there was a crude cardboard cutout of it just stuck in there.
Yeah, I really like that piece. I think I will get one of those from them eventually.
I'm thinking about, like we were talking about before, if you get one that's got more earth tone colors, because I know you love the blues, but I love the light browns, medium browns, dark browns. So if you do get something closer to that, I'll gladly trade you colors. and then I picked up the Tauber here.
Yeah, the Tauber's really nice. Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Oh,
that's the same blade as the Strasbourg, which I have.
Right.
I don't know. You can't really see it, but it's back there.
Oh man, it's hot.
They make some really good stuff.
And then Kyle Smith came by and traded me this Lockwood. Oh
yeah. So I was talking with Steven, and we're hoping to get him on the podcast here as well at some point. Yeah, it'd be great. I've never actually talked to him in person. I've talked to him just online. He makes some great stuff.
Yep.
Do you know the date on that one, by the way? So I was going back and looking at that. I couldn't find that one, so I'm wondering how old that one is. Yeah, it might be an older piece.
Sure. Kyle would know.
Yeah,
we're trading. He took a liking to that first sword that I completed all by myself, with the secondary choke made of bronze, and he really liked that and wanted it, and he offered us a trade, and I decided to go for it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And Colton, I think you sold the most, right, of all of us.
Yep.
Actually, by far, didn't you? So
yeah, I think you two combined.
Yeah, way to go! That's awesome.
Just
yeah, man. You slayed last year, and you slayed this year as well.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I didn't make it, but I had sent some pieces down with you, and I don't think you guys brought anything back to me. I think it all.
Yeah.
No, you only sent 2 or 3 pieces down with us.
Yeah,
most of those sold the first day before opening.
Yeah, the Witchers went immediately.
Right.
It went to Joe, right?
Yep.
Speaking of which, Joe was saying he wants to cut with that pretty soon. So
that'd be awesome.
Yeah. So we do want to talk about. We do have pieces left over, and we posted them on our Facebook page. So if you jump over to our Facebook page, that's where we kind of list. Hey, we don't have in stock stuff hardly ever, but now we do. So we have some stuff in stock, in quotations, but keep in mind everything we make it's a one of a kind piece. So when we have something in it, usually doesn't last long. So I have a few left. Colton has a few left. Josh, I think you have. We have a bunch of.
I honestly didn't bring a ton to sell. I think I maybe brought 2, possibly 3 that I intended on actually selling, and I sold. I don't know, one of those, and then the second one when I got back anyway. So
yeah, one of the big 2-handers
I wanted to bring to show people off and say, look, these are mine. You can't have them.
Did one of the big 2-handers sell, or do you still have both of them?
The what?
Did one of the big two-handers sell, or do you have both of them?
No. The last day it came between a face-off between mine and the Albion Archduke.
Oh,
and which to me felt really good. I never thought like one day it would be a guy really fighting hard to decide if he wanted the sword I made or an Albion. So that already right there is a victory for me.
Yeah, it makes you feel good, right?
Like,
Albion's top of the line and awesome. Production, and they're comparing it. I mean, it feels good.
Yeah, I felt great about that. So
yeah,
I told him, hey man, you go ahead and get that Albion because I'm not ready to sell you this sword. I want to keep it.
Yeah, no. That was the Type 20, right, with the triple fuller.
Yep, triple fuller combined design. Oh, so good.
I would a good looking sword.
I would take that one personally.
I know,
but that's me. I do like the Archduke though. So
yeah, Archduke's a fine blade.
Yep. Yeah. So cool. Well, I'm glad you still have it then.
I loved the Executioner sword was a huge hit.
Yeah.
Kyle linked me to a Reddit whatever they're called, where someone's like, someone had a Buster sword at a Combatcon. Did anybody know who made it? And this, and I don't think you could actually use it. Like it was practically built, but I don't think there's anyone that would have been able to swing it once or twice, more than twice, without snapping their arms.
Yeah.
I thought that was funny too. I've also become that guy on Reddit that's just like, someone had this, and I'm like, it was me. Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. I was surprised how much attention that thing got. Everybody wanted to lift it. It was like a feat. Like, oh, can I do this?
Yeah, I don't think I'm surprised. It looks very large and impressive back there.
Yep. So do we want to cover what we got left real quick?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. You want to go for it, man? You got it. First? Yep.
I got it. Okay.
Let me
set the pace.
Pop over to the. How do I do this? Yeah, there we go.
There you go.
I guess. So again, as I mentioned earlier, I got the falchion, single hand falchion. That. We were going to do stats on these too, and I forgot the stats. 1 second.
You can find them on our Facebook page too.
Yeah, stats are listed on our Facebook page. I can pull them up real quick for this guy. But I love falchions. I make a bunch of them, and this particular one is a 29-inch blade. It's about 2.5 pounds, and it balances a little over 4 inches out. And a beautiful cutter. A couple of guys cut with this. Actually, a lot of guys cut with this. Jonathan, I don't know if RJ might have cut. I don't remember. Jared, the president of Combatcon, cut with it, and everybody loved it. I think Jonathan got his first Tombow cut with this. If you're not familiar with Tombow, you lay the tatami mat horizontal on the cutoff piece, and you have to cut both ends before it falls. And he thought he was the cut blew his mind, like he couldn't figure out how to do it, and then he picked this guy up and did it pretty quick. So
nice.
So yeah.
Was it called a butterfly or a dragonfly cut?
Yeah, I can't remember. Somebody calls it a butterfly cut. I'm not sure.
It's teed up.
Yeah, and you do a pop real quick.
Yep.
Then I got this arming sword. So I had two arming swords. One that were kind of brothers. One of them went for the auction. So we did a big auction. We donated a blade for Combatcon, so we could do cutting this year. And it went to the person who took second. His name was Ryan. He took second in arming sword cutting at SoCal last year. Super nice guy, great cutter as well. He could easily got gold on that one. But this blade is the same blade as his, but the grip and the guard and pommel are different. This blade is almost identical to the one I took gold with at that tournament, but it's a little bit lighter. I took a little bit more weight out of it. But it's balanced at about the same balance point, so it's just an overall faster sword. So if you want a cutting arming sword, it's good. Then I've always wanted to do a green version of the Gothic longsword. And the other thing I like doing with the 18Bs here is I start my 18B with this Gothic design a little bit wider at the base. So it's a little easier to cut with, in my opinion, than some of the current 18Bs out there. And it's also distal tapers a little bit more, so it's a little bit more flexible in the end. It's sharp, so I'm not going to curve it too much. But a great cutter. I actually did a double with this when we were cutting Saturday night. Just really quick, boom, boom. And I was like, oh, yep, it cuts well. So, but yeah, emerald green leather with the Gothic wrap and half wire. This one is, I keep forgetting stats. So, where'd it go? I just had it. So it's a 36-inch blade, just 3 pounds, 3.3 pounds, and balances at about 3.5 inches out. So that's the other thing too, is a lot of 18Bs tend to bounce 4 to 5 inches out. So this one's a little bit further back, so it feels a little livelier. And then last one. So this one is one I've been wanting to do for a while as well. So a lot of guys, ooh, my tip went through my head here. I almost put my finger right on that tip.
We would have gone viral, Fields.
Pointy tip as well. But the hilt design is more common towards a Type 15 or Type 17. But a lot of people want a hilt type like that. They also want a blade that can cut. So Type 15s and 17s are not great for cutting. So I did a ricassoed Type 18. So it's the same, almost the same profile as the prior blade. It's a little longer. But that ricasso adds a bit of weight, but the weight is pulled back to the guard, not out on the blade. So this thing, even though it's almost 4 pounds, it cuts really well, and it's very lively because the balance point is back at 3 inches. So I cut with this as well on that Saturday night. A couple other people cut with it, and look how beefy that ricasso is. It's just, so this is a it's not a 1/4-inch base. This is it's 0.323, so a little over 5/16 thick. So it's a really thick, beefy blade, and it cuts really well. And for its weight, it moves really fast. So yeah, I'm excited for someone who likes that style to get this to cut with. So, alrighty, those are mine. Make sure I don't stab myself. And I had the red Type 20 with the triple fuller, but that's sold. So that is actually shipping out tomorrow. So it's already boxed up.
Nice.
Nice.
Oh,
your turn.
hello. All right, so yeah, I've got 4 pieces as well. Got a 18 arming sword. I'm gonna sit it back as well.
A lot of people held that and were like, "Whoa!"
Yeah, this one feels.
It felt like you handed me a dagger when you handed it over to me. Like almost no weight whatsoever.
Yeah, so this one is oh, what was this? Now I'm forgetting. 2 pounds 4 ounces, and then it's a 27.5-inch blade with a 34.25 overall.
Yeah, this came out really nice.
It did. It feels super good. Yeah.
I should have cut with that. Actually, I should have cut with all your blades when I had the chance.
Should have just grabbed them all. Yeah. So I've got this guy. It's a really deep blue.
Yeah. And grip is comfortable too.
Nice, comfortable grip. Yeah. Got that guy. Then I have also got a falchion.
So if I would have bought a sword this year at all at Combatcon, it would have been that one. Because I saw that immediately. It was like, oh, it's so good.
Yeah. So this is actually my first falchion ever. And I'm
perfect.
I am definitely doing a lot more. I had a lot of fun making this one. It's the, what is this? A 24.75-inch blade with a 31-inch overall, and then it's a 2 pounds 11 ounces.
Yeah, it's beefy falchion, but it doesn't feel like it.
Yeah.
Once the chop.
Yeah, and I mean the balance point I think on this guy is 3.5 or right around in there. So seems to move around nicely. It's a really deep oxblood red on that grip. Kind of hard to tell in the. You can tell. Yeah. So nice hollow grind on that. Couple little extra detail going on there.
Yeah,
so overall, just thrilled with this guy. Definitely doing more.
Yeah, the fuller and the pommel really make that pop.
Yeah.
And then I believe these have been on here before, but they were not available, or maybe there was just one of them. I have that Witcher set of swords.
Yeah, so you only had one, I think, last time we were
I
on here.
remember like I had made one and was starting the next one or something. So they are done. So nice sister set steel quotation.
I hope someone buys the whole set.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would love
I
it
love
if
that steel sword. That steel sword is so nice.
Yeah. Yo, so I mean, this one's based more on a 15. This one's kind of a fantasy 18, I guess.
Yeah, it's kind of a Picasso 18.
Yeah, but yeah, definitely. They are. So we'll start with this steel sword. It's the 31.5-inch blade with a 41.5 overall, 2 pounds 13 ounces, and then the point of balance is at 3 1/4. So it feels really good in one hand and two.
Yeah. Can you zoom in on that wire?
Maybe. I'm like,
It just came out really, really nice.
Focus. Enhance.
Focus. Enhance. Yeah, it's focusing on my forehead awkwardly.
So we do have pictures on our Facebook page if you want to see them close up. But yeah, it's really, really nice.
Yeah, so this one I did, it's a solid stainless wire with a counter-twisted brass wire going through that one. And then on the silver sword, then I did the opposite of that. So it's a solid brass wire with the twisted stainless in there. See if that one will focus anymore. Not gonna.
There you go. Mostly.
Yeah, not really.
No.
It's too shiny. Yeah, and then these ones, I don't often like buff them out, but I did on
Yeah,
these.
I was going to ask you about that. A couple people actually asked me about that. Like, oh, he brought those up really shiny.
I did. I don't usually do that. It kind of just seemed fitting for these.
It does.
It didn't start that way. I brought them up to the regular 220, and then Scotch Prided them. It's like, you know what, I'm gonna make those shine. So then I brought them up to I think 1,000, and then buffed them. So yeah. Then this guy's a little longer. It's a 33.5-inch with a 42.5-inch overall, 2 pounds 14. So very similar weights, and then the balance is at 3.5. So quite similar, but
awesome. Well, I envy whoever gets those. So.
Yeah. Oh, and they both have scabbards. I forgot the scabbards.
Yeah, don't forget the scabbards. Ready to go on your back.
Yeah. Yep. 100%.
All right. Let me bounce back to. Oh. Awesome. So yeah, our next event coming up then. So you guys have an event in Salt Lake coming up, right?
Salt Lake, August 25th and 26th at the, 1540 Knights of the Golden Cloth will be in South Jordan. We'll try and link it below. And if you want to come loose some arrows, I'll be teaching archery there and selling some of my wares. And Colton will have some of his wares there as well.
Including maybe those blades if they're still there. Hopefully, they'll be sold. But
I mean, I'll bring them if they're not already sold.
Yeah.
We'll see.
They might already be sold. So yeah, I hope to be out there, but it's looking a little doubtful at the moment. But
if you're there, you can buy this ultra rare for only $1,800 sword. But caution. It'll cut you wide open.
Exactly.
So be warned.
Yep. If you don't get that reference,
it's a NASA discount that's something like 80% more extra.
Yeah, sure. And then after that, we have Sarasota and Florida. So Sarasota Medieval Fair is all throughout November, and I'll have our most of the blades there will be sage blades, not sharps. But we will have probably some sharps out there if they're left over. So Josh, I'm not sure. I think you can't make that, right? But if you can send
Sarasota?
Yeah. We're not sure yet. Yeah,
Fingers
so we're not
crossed.
sure, but if anything, it'll be at least me. I haven't talked to Thomas, but I'm hoping Thomas will be there as well.
Yep.
I'm not sure if he's fighting or not.
That's in November, you said?
Yep.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
try.
we don't have anything in between.
Ravens Leather insisted that I come down. And hang
Yeah.
out.
So Corey and Shai, who run Ravens Leather,
Good people.
amazing leather stuff. Check them out. They usually booth right next to us, and they're awesome. Just some of the coolest people in the world. So
Definitely.
I would love to
am I
be
missing
down
an
there
event?
for a weekend as well, but we'll see.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Am I missing an event between those two?
What did Joe have?
October, there's Blade Show West.
Oh, that's right. So Blade Show West is in Salt Lake. I believe it happens at the same time as Salt Lake Open.
Salt Lake Open. Yeah.
The Salt Lake Open, I don't think we're going to be able to make this year because we might be at Blade Show. And also with Salt Lake Open, their new venue won't let Sharps in. So
Yeah.
that's another reason we may not be able to do it. But yeah, so there's a couple events coming up, which should be a lot of fun. And then SoCal in February next year. So actually, so I checked Hogtown. Hogtown is earlier next year. It's only in January. So it's the last 3 weeks of January, whereas usually it spills into February, right?
Right. Yeah.
So it's a little earlier next year. I don't know. Hopefully we can do that. I don't know if we'll have stock to do it, but yeah. So lots of shows coming up, and hopefully we can get back. So we've been really busy. If you follow the channel, I'm sure you know because we haven't posted in a little bit. But now that we're not crazy busy, hopefully we can get back on our Sword Talk schedule. So we do Sword Talk podcast, and we also have some other series on our YouTube page. So the Oakshot series has one more video left, and then it's done. So if you like that sort of thing, check that out. And we also like to start doing sword reviews. I know we talked about it, but at some point we want to start doing some of those because we think we have a fun way to do it. So that's different. Yeah. So hopefully we can get it done. We'll see. It'd be a lot easier if we're all in one place, but we're not, so it makes it a little trickier. But we'll figure something out. So, yeah, that is all I have for now. I'm trying to think if I'm missing anything from Combatcon this year. I feel like I am.
You already talk about the Yard House?
I don't know. So, maybe. Yard House is great. Actually, we didn't talk about Pompous. Pompous was great.
Pompous was pretty good. Oh, man.
We went there our first Combatcon. I thought it was last year, but it was our very first one. You remember that?
Yeah. I've been there multiple times. It blurs together with me. Once you've had all you can eat meat, they all just compact in your memory.
It was quite good.
Really good. Not as good as Yard House.
No.
Pretty good.
And we tried to walk around. We went to the Bellagio fountains. It was super hot. We went to the Lego store. Again, super hot.
I didn't go.
Yeah. Yeah,
Left me behind, guys. You left me behind.
We asked if you wanted to go.
Yeah.
You were too cool for it.
I said no, but it still hurts that you left.
I do hope. So our booth location was a little bit different. We were kind of tucked away a little bit, but we were right next to the cutting spot, which is great. I do hope the layout changes a little bit so that we're not behind another booth next year. But I hope they open that. I hope they open the whole thing up. If I can talk right, so that way no one's like behind anybody else. I think that would really help, but we'll see. So, actually, we need to get back over by Albion anyway. So
yeah. It'll be a failed mission next year if our booth isn't just right beside Albion, so we can just fishing pole their stuff across the way, what have you.
Yeah. Yep. Heavy magnets.
Yep. Definitely.
Alrighty. Well, I think we might call it there then. If you guys have any topics sword related that you guys want us to talk about coming up, please let us know below. And if you've hung out with us this far, thanks. Hope you enjoyed these. And again, the Oakshot series will pick back up. And so catch us on Facebook. Again, my name is Chris. Find us on Sterling Armory if you're here, obviously on YouTube, but also on Facebook and Instagram. And over to Josh.
I'm Joshua Von Warbear, and you can find me on Instagram at warbear_armory, as well as on Facebook at Joshua Von Warbear.
Yeah. I am Colton Von Warcup, and you can find me on Copperthorn Customs, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all the things. And Sterling Armory.
Yeah,
I'm proud of you, son.
Yes.
And all of us you can find at Sterling Armory. And look forward to seeing comments. And please let us know how your Combatcon experience went. I don't know anyone who didn't have a great time. Everyone, I think, had a blast. So look forward to seeing the comments below. And we will chat next time.
Stay sharp.
Later, guys.
Oh, yeah. Stay sharp.
Stay sharp.